Wait, here we found something! Let's go! We found something toxic! Let's go! Hello, I have an arena if that works.
Excited. I've never heard him so happy this year.
Yeah, here we go. Right, hang on. Let's just. Is this? Do they not have? Hang on. What? Mando girl. So it's okay. So it's a Min Min and then a Roy/Luigi. Okay. Hang on. Right. Let's. This is momentous. Okay, we've not had one of these in a while. Good job, you piece of shit. No lol. So rude from the get-go and teabagging after. This guy gone teabag. Like, bro, why do you even play? This game is fun to me. Have you ever thought that it's not fun to others if you're a piece of shit? It's the wrong you're as well. Get him, the wrong you're. Lol, I'ma bet you're 16 years old. Kagged, I see you've come in. You're probably watching my stream, aren't you? Hello, brother. I just play a character I find fun. Awesome high schooler, 15. That's why you don't know etiquette, no wonder. You university, my guy, grew up. Man's molding a child. Why? How is your ops 15, bro?
Imagine trying to flex that you're in university when you're like losing to high school kid.
Bruh.
This is 2 on the counter, I think.
Hey, Callum, so you're telling me you're an adult getting mad at a child in a kid's party game? Tell him!
Oh my god, good luck in losers, Ubu. Oh my god, I love this kid.
I'm cheering for this guy. If someone, whoever #1 Mando fangirl account is, I'm cheering for you. You need to qualify.
Yeah. You must qualify.
Good luck in losers, Uwu. Perfect. Lamar, who the fuck even says that? Uwu, lol, what a kid. I bet this guy has fucking Shadow the Hedgehog as his profile picture.
If I got by the guy who beat me, I'd definitely just give up on everything.
See you later, anime boy. Have a shower, don't forget. This is some clean, top grade toxicity. I need to see if this continues elsewhere, so...
I don't even know.
He's responded further! No! No! Hang on!
MCL, give up while you can, man. Just give up while you can if you're watching this.
Nah! Are you in my Twitch, bruv?
No!
Hold on a minute. No.
No! You actual man-child!
Man.
That's another addition to the toxicity counter.
Ah, you piece of shit. That was ridiculously unsportsmanlike.
He's still looking! He's still looking! I know we've seen the TOs looking at it, but the thing is, you can't see that we're looking at it unless you're also in the chat. So he still had that shit open. But they've responded again!
No! You're making it worse.
I don't flame. This is the first time I've had to deal with an immature player who intentionally tried to provoke me. You got provoked.
Yeah, and you failed. You failed at not getting provoked. Come on.
Fucking hell, bro. Nah, hang on. Look at this. Look at this. I don't flame. This is the first time I've had to deal with an immature player who intentionally tried to provoke me. I've never played in a big tournament before, so I was excited. But clearly 15-year-olds who want to provoke others is suddenly okay. And now you're saying members aren't allowed to talk back at all to the provoker? Do you want to come and call me about it? I'll be happy to discuss in more detail.
Yeah, but thanks for meeting with me. It's been an interesting morning. Yeah, so where should we start?
Oh, I can hear me through your audio, but right. So I mean, I'm looking through the chat, and I understand teabagging or taunting in game can be frustrating, but that is precisely the point of it. And it is no real excuse to react how you did. And I mean, you seem to be pretty convinced in your behavior being okay, so I'd like to hear your side.
Yeah, I think your argument has a lot of merit to it. I'm just going over what I said again, just to review. POS, teabagging, yeah, high schooler. Yeah, so the reason that the chat transcript, so the way I think about this in my head is when the game's first finished, that's when I was like, okay, this person's definitely trying to provoke me. Like, I just didn't think it was acceptable at all. So I proceeded to say, good job, you POS. I felt like that was mild enough. It wasn't going so far as to completely flame the person. And from there, this person just pretends to not know what I'm talking about. You can see they say teabag question mark, and it's clear that this person had the intention to post these chat transcripts somewhere else, and it's already been put on her Twitter, I believe, because she's trying to play the role of the victim, like nothing happened. From then on, it kind of just descends into what you see, but where I felt like it was just the other side was she was starting to attack back, and this just was not okay, was when she said, good luck and losers, ooh, that's not necessary. In-game teabagging, like, that's okay to an extent, but that's just adding flame on the fire, and it's clear from the tone of her reaction that there's no remorse. There's no sincerity or any desire to make amends. And yeah, that's kind of where it ends off. So for me, after she said that, I was just like, yeah, I don't think that's fair to myself or any of the other players that she's likely played against.
Okay.
I'm assuming that for the previous players, she's likely done the same thing, and she's probably going to continue doing it for the rest of the players. And that's kind of what I'm thinking about. But yeah, I don't know. What do you think about that?
Well, so I understand it can get frustrating when someone's taunting, teabagging, or whatever, or someone's very clearly not playing properly. I don't know if that was the case or if they were perhaps dicking around a bit, but the fact is that it was all within a game. Now, you said this is your first tournament, so I'll introduce myself. Don't know if you know me, but I've been an organizer for over a decade. Offline events. I ran the biggest tournament in Europe. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah. So not that important, but it means I've been around a while. Now, if we take this to an offline situation, so you said you're in university, so I'm assuming you must be around 20.
Yep. Yeah,
so
I'm 22.
You're 22. Yeah. You're 22. Okay. So let's take the situation. A kid is. So you correctly assume that they're a high schooler. So let's say you've sat down with this minor as a grown adult, and your response to them trolling in game and still winning while doing so is to call them a piece of shit. You're aware of how bad that makes you look, right?
Yeah, I get your point. From an optics perspective, it probably doesn't look the best.
You need to understand that stuff that happens within the game is just within the game. This is why trash talk, when done properly, is kept within the game, because nothing can actually be offensive within the game, okay? And I know, and I want to point out something, by the way, just to cross-reference you saying good luck and losers. Now, to you, that might have been an attack. However, if you look at their previous match, yeah, they said it to their opponent. And if you look at the next match, which they lost, their opponent said it to them. I think you took offense to that because you were already pissed off. And at that point, you were ready to get pissed off by everything. So, I think that is on you for getting pissed off like that. And not only this, but you are continuing. So not only did you you assess that they might be a minor.
Mm-hmm.
And then you found out they were. And your direction... Because, I mean, I don't know about you, but to me, 15 to 22, It's a big fucking age difference. There's different points in life. And at that point, you should probably go, okay, you know what? I'm just going to sit back and I'm going to say nothing because they're a child. Your action was to flex your age or the fact that you're at university. And okay, so them saying, so you're telling me an adult is getting mad at a child for playing a kid's party game. That's correct. You are getting angry at a child because they teabagged and taunted.
Yeah, I mean, sir, I'd like to interject here, if that's okay.
Go for it.
Yeah, so, absolutely, there is an age gap. I completely agree with you. Now, that said, I don't think that's a justification to grant immunity to a 15-year-old. So, as you said, trash talk is within the bounds of the game. Smash GG in the tournament is still within the bounds of the game, right? But as soon as this individual...
No, I'm afraid that is not the case. No, I'm afraid I'm cutting you off there. So, number one thing I've been working on a lot is being safeguarding of children at events, which is basically making sure they're all safe. Now, lawfully and legally, in every English-speaking country, and as far as I can tell, you are from an English-speaking country because you're speaking English just fine, it is ultimately the adult's responsibility to make sure they are not doing anything or putting themselves in any position or putting the minor in any position that creates issues. Now, you are doing so right here. Now, it's not quite the same thing because this is just aggression as opposed to anything truly sinister. However, you can't be doing this. You can't be doing this because you can't say that Smashy G is within the game. This is a chat room now. You are communicating with them directly. This is the equivalent of being sat next to them. And I know you could say it's from an optics point of view or semantics point of view or whatever, but the fact is that is you and the person talking to each other.
Yeah.
And what's your... Go on. I'm willing to listen. What do you have to say?
Okay, no, I'm just thinking about that. I don't have a direct response at the moment. I mean,
so I'm gonna. So I don't think there's much left to say here. If I'm completely honest, if you have something else to say, then by all means think about it and put it together. But I think what you need to do is you need to take a good, hard look at how you reacted to something as simple as pressing down repeatedly on the controller in a video game. Okay, you're allowed to get frustrated. We all do it. Hell, I've done it plenty of times. I've gotten very frustrated at stuff plenty of times. But the key thing to take away from this is to look at it and go, I was unacceptable there. Now, you can go from here however you like, but I would recommend that what you do from here is you assess how you acted and you modify your behavior, because this is not something... If you acted like this at an in-person event, you would be banned on the spot. I need you to know that.
Just to clarify here, let's say we're at an in-person event and the minor decides to do the same thing, inciting behavior. And if I say, for example, hey, that wasn't cool, why are you doing that? I'm automatically banned?
No, because you need to understand the very key difference here. There is, hey, that's not cool. You know what, I'm going to give you a bit of... okay. Have you ever heard of Core A Gaming? They do great videos. This is going to sound like a very weird tangent to take here. But if you take a look on YouTube and search up Core A Gaming taunting, it will explain a lot to you. Okay? Because it explains exactly why people do this. And remember, it stays within the game. This is... You can say, hey, that's not cool. And if they choose to ignore that and continue doing it in the game and they're not actively doing anything in person, then that doesn't really matter a great deal. But you didn't say, hey, that's not cool. You said, good job, you piece of shit. So rude from the get-go and teabagging afterwards. That's not acceptable behavior. And it doesn't matter if you're not it doesn't even matter that you're a grown adult. If a minor said that to another minor or a minor said that to an adult, I would be lambasting them in the event. I would be shouting through the microphone telling them to get out of my venue.
I see. Okay, so you're saying it's specifically using the vulgar language of piece of shit. I see.
I'm saying the language. I'm saying the language is horrendous. regardless of the fact that there's swear words in there, it's the aggression and the overall indignance behind it that is bad. You're welcome to say that's kind of I'm kind of not cool with that, or you can be like, come on, bro, like, come on, we're just chilling. You don't got to do this. You don't have to do me like this. I mean, Jesus Christ, the guy who won the European Smash World Tour lives in my region. He's a 15-year-old, and I have to deal with this shit from him. But it's like, well, whatever. I mean, you're the grown adult, man. You gotta be better.
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with your point now. I kind of see your point. In terms of the phrasing, of course it looks bad for me. But I don't agree with the stance you're saying about the minors have this immunity where they can just say whatever they want.
I'm not saying the minors have immunity.
I'm not saying on Twitter too about like the whole engagement and is like slandering me now. I'm like, okay, you can do that.
Well,
yeah.
Do you want to know how you fix this issue?
Let's hear what you'll say. Yeah.
What you do with this issue is you look at your behavior and realize, wow, that's really out of order. And I'm going to clarify the thing that you're saying about the minors being immune, because they are not. And I will come back to you on this. But what you need to do is you need to look at this behavior and realize, wow, that was really shitty of me. And come back and go, okay, I'm sorry, that was out of order of me. I was heated in the moment. You know, it got to me and I acted inappropriately. I'm sorry. I'll fix myself in the future. And I will be honest with you, certain people on Twitter won't forgive that. They'll be like, oh, well, you know, ratio, haha, because Twitter's dumb. But the fact is, if you're being genuine about... If you genuinely want to do the right thing, then that is what you need to do. Because it's not about minors being immune. It's not that. If we've learned anything in the community over the past year, is that minors aren't angels. You know, things happen, but you need to look at this objectively from a third person point of view. If you, on your own, saw this occur, would you think that this is acceptable? And it's like, if a adult was taunting, if I was teabagging you in game, if we were just playing a set, I mean, I am significantly older than you. I'm 27, nearly 28 now. But if I was doing this because I thought you were gonna get riled up by it, and I thought it was gonna give me, it's part of frustration. It's part of zoning as well. Actually, is playing off the emotion of frustration. And I see that they play Min Min, which, as much as a lot of people don't like that character, they're a character that thrives off frustration. So if you're getting frustrated and rushing in, that's going to make it easier for them. So it is a legitimate in-game tactic. And you need to accept that. That is the case. If you then turned to me, or any other adult, doesn't matter their age, you turned to anyone and called them a piece of shit, you would, at best, be laughed at by most of the people who witnessed it. At best. At worst, the person you're playing might not take kindly to being called a piece of shit.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair, because there's a transcript, absolutely. But I don't think, like, the reaction that I'm receiving in this situation wouldn't be the same if there was no transcript, for example, and we were just basing it off my account versus her account. But I definitely see your point in terms of how I reacted.
Okay, so so I understand what you mean about there being no transcript. The fact there is a transcript does make this worse, but would you not think, perhaps, at the very least... See, the difference here is that if you have an issue in person, it's a lot harder to manage. Like, I don't know anything about you, so I'm not going to assume anything, but some people do struggle to hold stuff back.
Mm-hmm.
When you're behind a keyboard, you have time, you have to spend the whole time, or on a phone, depending on how you're doing, typing it out and pressing send. You had a bit of time to think, yeah, no, that's not a good idea. So...
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like...
So it swings and roundabouts there, my friend.
Sorry?
So it swings and roundabouts, British phrase, essentially meaning it all works out, it all levels out in the end. So... I think at this point we're going around in circles. So I need you to look at this, think about how you've acted. Because I mean, I'm looking over it, and it's not getting any better. And for the record, I will apologize for going lol, you man-child, because I couldn't quite believe what I was seeing.
Yeah, no, for sure. I totally understand that reaction. If I'm an admin and I read the transcript too,
Yep.
it looks damning on my side. And
Yeah.
like, again, that's because of the transcript, so
Yep.
no worries.
Yep. So, if I were you, your best response now is to go and be, I'm sorry, I fucked up. I understand it's one of your first tournaments, but that doesn't excuse it. You know, you're old enough to be at university, and you're even old enough to drink alcohol in America, which is a fucking
Yeah,
cuts and a half.
for sure.
Because, so you know, like, this is absolutely not acceptable. This is the sort of behavior that there's a reason people clown on it, because this is not acceptable behavior. So modify your behavior, okay? It's not something we can be having happening. So when the next thing comes up and you get frustrated, if it's online, just type GG and leave. It's easy. Or don't even say anything. You don't have to press a send at all. It's all part of that. So, you know, I mean, this is it's sounding patronizing to you now, so I will end it soon, but just make sure you look at this and go, these are the errors I've made. If it's blowing up on your Twitter, go and apologize. Okay?
Oh, I don't mind about the Twitter. I just use it for stocks. So, yeah, that's okay. But I'll definitely think about what you said for sure.
Good. Make sure you do so, because I mean, like I said, I'm no fucking saint, right? Like, I've had plenty of moments where I've raged or whatever. But it's important. Yeah. It's important to make sure that, at minimum, it's never directed at your opponent, because then that's unacceptable. At minimum. Like, if you need to, like, if it's at an in-person event and you need to fuck off and go and be angry outside for a minute, people will at the very least understand that. So anyway, yeah.
I mean, don't worry. Like, I'm a business major. Like, I understand how to act in person and stuff. I play sports. I don't get angry in real life, like at like sporting events. But it's just the online scenario. I feel like it's so much easier to paint this angry picture, you know. And I think that's on me, but that's also on the other members of the community who should be keeping an eye open for that, you know, and not trying to provoke others intentionally, especially during COVID. But yeah, I'll thank you. I'll leave it at that, GP. I think the only thing, like, I just want to leave on a resting note. I do agree that neutral is partially played by frustration and anger, especially for zoners, but I don't think that excuses all behavior unnecessarily. Like, there's certain players in the industry, for example, like Captain Zach, that were notorious for that. And I don't know. I just don't feel like it's like an immunization wall. You know what I mean?
Here, there's a video. Stuck it in the Smash G chat. Go watch it after you're done with this chat. Okay? Trust me, it's gonna be the best. It's gonna explain how it works at the very least. I know it doesn't. The fact is, if taunting is happening in game and it's bothering you and it's making you play worse, then that is good play. Okay.
No, I understand that. Like, I completely agree with what you're saying, but I don't think that's like the end of it. I like, especially during COVID when everybody's like more frustrated at home. I just don't think it's fair to be using that as an excuse for every little teabag. You know, like, that's neutral. I think.
Okay, so we're gonna draw a line under this pretty soon, but I think you are searching for reasons to try and redeem yourself here, because you're trying to find things. Okay, so the fact that it
feels a little condescending. I don't know about that.
No, well, you know what, mate? I don't really care that you find it condescending, because it's just how it is. The fact is, the cold hard facts is, stuff happened in game and you reacted out of game in a very inappropriate manner. That is the long and short of it. So I need you to accept that and be better. Okay? And if you think I'm being condescending, that's fine. Hate me. I don't care. Okay? All I'm trying to do, because I don't want to see people come into the scene, get angry at stuff, and then leave. and I don't want the scene to be made. I don't want people to be made to feel unwelcome because people are being angry. People are like, you know, sending them messages like this to them. Like, this is. It's a 15-year-old girl, dude. I mean, I know you didn't know that because they're behind a screen, but.
See, that's an optics thing, though. Like, yeah, again, I'll thank you. Like, I agree with your point, but I still don't feel like it's fair on my end to keep bringing up the 15-year-old thing.
Okay, then.
Clearly, that puts her in the right more than I am, no matter what.
Okay. You know, we won't bring that up then. The fact is, regardless of their age, or their gender, or whatever, they were doing stuff in-game which caused you to lash out at them directly. That's where you fucked up. That's where the fault lies, and that's why people are clowning on this. That's why, and that is the hard facts, okay?
Yeah, sure. I already said I agree, yeah. GP. I don't know where this is going now.
It's not going anywhere, but it feels like you're trying to. It feels like you're coming into things and going, yeah, but this. The fact that it's during COVID where people are more likely to get frustrated, that's such a flimsy way to come into it. So, again...
No, I'm talking about the online atmosphere. Come on, you can't not agree that on online games, it's much easier to get frustrated versus in-person venues when you can actually see the person. Like, people aren't likely to get into fights, for example. They're more likely to just walk it off. Do you not agree?
Yeah, but this is what I was saying. You're in a chat room. You have time to stop and think.
Wait, a chat room, but that's contrary to what I said. A chat room, you're more likely to like lash out, is what I'm saying. Like League of Legends, for example.
Well, I don't agree on that front because you've got time. Okay. You've got time to type that and press send. So you've got time to think about it. Yeah, you might be angry, but you've got time to go. You've got time to think. Well, this is gonna be a bad idea. So
yeah, people are much more emotional online. Like, I think you're missing the second part.
No, I'm not missing it. I just don't agree with it. I understand that people are more emotional online. I am more emotional when I play online as well. I am a very emotional man. But
right,
that doesn't undo this. That this is unacceptable. You can paint it however you want, but this is unacceptable behavior.
Yeah, no, I accept that. Again,
cool, then that's that. Then all I need you to do now is I need you to go, okay, my bad, I'm sorry, etc. That's all I need. Not to me, it's not to me, I don't need apologizing to, and I doubt you would anyway. But it's the actions, right? So I'm going to leave you with that, and we'll move on. Okay?
For sure.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, you as well. Bye now.
Bye. Oh fuck, I'm at 250 viewers. What the fuck?